Print media and traditional websites are going the way of the dodo, and the most recent example is breaking my little heart. All right. Are you familiar with the publication The Onion? Well, The Onion basically does satirical news articles about things that go on in the real world. Well, it's not The Onion that is facing all these hard times right now. It's actually Hard Times that's facing all these hard times right now. Hard Times is the punk rock version of The Onion. Hey, how's it going? My name is Dan Frampton. Thank you so much for kicking back with me here today. And today we gotta talk about the most heartbreaking news that I could possibly have pulled up today. Before we get going, how's it about you like, comment, and subscribe? And with that being out of the way, let's pull it up. Here we go. R.I.P. the hard times. Now, if you're into punk rock, if you're into alternative culture, if you are on the internet, you have probably seen a Hard Times article. All their posts kind of look like this. They kind of have that Onion vibe. There's a little bit of a joke headline. They go into a bit of a joke article that they then can link to their website. And this whole model that they have going is a little bit old-fashioned, is a little bit 2014. Running a website like that independently isn't really the way to do it. There is kind of, unfortunately, a big monolithic conglomerate on top of everybody right now that makes it a little bit hard to do that. So you gotta jump on to one of those platforms and play by those platforms' rules if you want to grow organically. Putting websites in posts is just going to get those posts hidden and restricted. Sending people to a website is going to make social media sites not want to share your stuff. You really got to change up your content strategy if you want to exist in the social media landscape in 2024. You can't really just post to Facebook and expect organic reach to just happen. Even though that's the way it happened from like 2012 to 2014, it was the Wild West on Facebook. You could start a page and then everybody that was interested in that topic would just get suggested to that page. It was a wild time to be alive, but that is not the world we're living in anymore because everybody has a phone, everybody has a tablet, a laptop, or some sort of device that enables them to connect with the world in this way. Everybody is a creator now. Everybody has a page. Everybody has a voice. And you need to do your own thing in order to break through all that noise. And we've seen publications and traditional media go down by the wayside over the last 20 years or so since the dominance of the internet's been taking over the world. And it sucks that the Hard Times might be the most recent recipient of this chopping block, but it looks like they might have one final gasp. If you see down here, it says 2014 to 2024, ... unless. So what do they have up their sleeve? What they should have up their sleeve is a completely different strategy. But let's see what they have in store, and then I'm going to offer maybe some critique and some feedback to see if this is going to be the right direction for the Hard Times. Right away in the description, it says click the link in our bio. Instagram doesn't like that, okay? And they have robots to see you typing this stuff in descriptions. They don't even want that. So they don't even just see a link and suppress it. They see you pushing people to a link and suppress it. It's really that easy. Click the link in our bio if you want to directly support what we do on a daily basis. If you've ever shared a story with your group chat, thought to yourself, this is like a Hard Time story, then consider becoming a patron. That's it. They're going down the Patreon route, which I think is amazing because Patreon existing is a great thing for independent artists. If they have the audience and if the support is there, now they can just push this Patreon to their supporters and hopefully they have generous supporters that'll help them keep the lights on. But that is just banking on your current supporters. You need organic reach. You need to get out there to grow your Patreon because once you have your set number of subscribers, that's going to be your Patreon subscribers unless you can grow outside of that. Because Patreon doesn't really provide the platform for growth, just to monetize the audience that you already have. Which is why I prefer YouTube, because you can do it all on here. You can have free videos that go out for everybody. You can have a membership program where people pay to join, which would be like the Patreon type thing. You can go live and do like super chats and monetize in a whole bunch of other ways that I think the Hard Times could do that type of stuff. They need different kinds of video content. Video content really needs to be the bread and butter because algorithms like TikTok and YouTube, their whole job is to push out video content. Learn their guidelines, learn their rules, learn their parameters, and then fit what you do with inside of that, and then maybe you might be able to see some organic growth. Because the Hard Times, I don't want to break news to you here right now, but there are alternative cultures still existing in those platforms and are thriving in whole new different 2024 type ways. Keep your nose to the grindstone, see how people are doing it, and adapt your jokes and your satire to this environment. That would be step one, and then step two would be the Patreon thing. So they go through their whole little pitch here right now, and they're trying to incentivize people to go support them on Patreon. If you're watching this video right now and you like the Hard Times and you have a couple extra dollars in your wallet, don't give that to me today. Give that to the Hard Times today. Even though they're a much bigger platform than I do, they have far more reach than I could ever imagine. It's just important that these guys keep the lights on for the culture, you know what I mean? Now here's what they have to say. Hello, when we started Hard Times and Hard Drive almost 10 years ago, things were a bit easier for us. Facebook and others allowed our comedy to spread organically. Now whenever we mention a political name or term, we see the reach of that post plummet. If we reference anything risque, we sometimes see our reach punished for a month or more. Yeah, that's kind of true. You gotta learn the do's and don'ts on these platforms and know how to skirt around it a little bit. I know it feels like you're being censored and like you're skirting around free speech and stuff like that, but these are platforms that have advertisers that pump money into people just putting stuff online for free, and you gotta have that kind of in the back of your mind as you're doing this. We don't want to complain, we just want to keep making jokes, but it's becoming harder and harder to keep the lights on in this new environment. Our sites can no longer survive without some help. I think it's so wonderful and so cute that they are still like living and dying by the website. I think the website might need to be a concept that they put on the back burner. You know what I mean? Because they could treat their Instagram page like the website. Their articles could be presented just the way that they do them here. You know what I mean? But as you click through the slides, like I'm doing in the current post, that's where the article would live. And if the article is living in a picture, the algorithm content bots aren't reading all those words because it's not written as text, it's coming in as a picture, and it needs to go through a little bit more scrutiny before getting suppressed. So that would be just one kind of cute way around it. And if you were doing reels on, and if you were turning those articles, at least the best ones, into reels, that would be another way to generate more clicks and more people onto the website. You gotta bite the bullet, Hard Times. I know it sucks. I know you're being stubborn. You want to do it your way. You want people to go to the Patreon. But believe me, if you just do the social media thing, you guys are successful enough. You guys are entertaining enough. You guys will get the reach and even grow past this 741,000 followers that you have if you just treat Instagram like Instagram wants you to treat Instagram. So stop being pig-headed and just do the thing. We love our sites too much to see them go. I love your sites too much to see them go. And I know you're punk rock, all right, and you're gonna see this as like selling out or whatever, but you guys aren't selling out. You're saying it yourselves. You need money to keep the lights on. That's not selling out. That's survival. Now, if you're watching this video, I recommend that you go over here and you read the rest of their post over here. But if they treated their articles like they do this post, throw in some reels, get the YouTube channel on the go, open up a TikTok, and get the robots to work for you. The punk rock community, the alternative community, emo, goth, they're all out there waiting to be served content, and you are the Hard Times, like the Hard Times, okay? So just go out and do that and save your own ass, because we don't want to see you die. Nobody wants to see you die. You're iconic. You're legendary. There is no online punk community without the Hard Times these days. It doesn't even make any sense. So whatever, those were just the musings of a crazy person. I just opined my face off. I lament it to high heaven. I don't care if these guys actually take my advice. I don't even know if this is really advice. These are all just kind of like knee-jerk reactions to what I saw right here. But I'm going to be keeping my eye close to this situation, and if there are any developments, of course, I will update you. So go ahead, support me with a like and subscribe. Go ahead and support them with a like and subscribe. I posted content to my second channel and a million other videos to this channel. I'll put them over here. Okay, see you later.